before we do big movements. All right, so let's start with the feet. So we're gonna sit in this mildly uncomfortable 90 degrees. You can sit up on a blanket if you like, or flat on the floor. We're gonna start by extending the heels out and away from the chest or torso, whatever you call it. So we want a little softness in the knees so we're not hyperextending anything. And then we're gonna point and flex the toes. So you can do one at a time, both together, or go opposites. Excellent. And then release that. Then we're going to do circles around with the feet. You can start with one, do them together, do them opposites. Excellent. And then release that. And let's finish this off with windshield wipers, side to side. Excellent. All right, so one of the other topics was doing yoga in an aging body. And one of the things that she liked, and I've done it before, but it's the four corners of the feet. So I'm just going to bring a foot up here and show you what I'm talking about. And we're going to do this when we're standing up, but it's easier to show you the bottom of my foot when I'm seated. So we got the inside of the heel, the outside of the heel, the base of the big toe, and the base of the pinky toe. So those are the four corners. So not the toe itself, but where the toe meets the ball of the foot. So those four sides. And what we do is instead of left to right, bottom to top, we go bottom, opposite corner, back in, and then opposite corner. So I'll go over that when we're standing up so you can feel that. And that's really important with our balance and our structural integrity as we build up the body, and also feeling grounded. So you can even activate that when you're seated in a chair. All right, so welcome to cross your legs if that's comfortable, or keep them out straight. And let's move up to the wrist. So we're gonna extend the arms out, tuck the thumbs, wrap the fingers, and make circles around with the wrist. Getting into the elbows and the shoulders. You can do them together. Opposites, one at a time. Nice. Release that. You can shake it out. And then we're going to bring the palms together, interlace the fingers, and make figure eights. I'm going to pause for a moment, pull the hands apart, switch which fingers on top. Excellent. Release that and shake it out. Nice. All right. So let's move up to the neck and shoulders, and then we'll come up to standing. All right. So for the neck, we're going to take an inhale. Exhale, chin comes down to the chest. Inhale, looking up, going up just as far as is comfortable. And then exhale, back down. Inhale, bring it up. And exhale, back down. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Nice. Inhale back to neutral. And then let's do ear to shoulder. So we're going to exhale to the first side. Inhale, center. Exhale, second side. Inhale, center. Again to the first side. Inhale, center. Exhale, second side. Inhale, back to center. One more time, each side, back to the first side. If you want, you can take that same arm out and over, resting on the opposite side of the head. We're making space between the ear and shoulder. And this is where I like to suggest breathing into any tension that you're finding. If you're not finding any, that is really awesome. But wherever you're feeling it, in the shoulder, in the neck, in the back, send that inhale breath to that spot. And with the exhale, release the tension. Excellent. When you're ready to release, inhale, arm comes up, head comes back to center. Exhale, other side. That arm can come out and over, resting that hand on the opposite side of the head. And again, breathing into that tension, the shoulder, the neck, the upper back, or anywhere else in the body is fine too. And this is something you can do whenever you're in any pose, breathing into any tension that you're finding. And then when you're ready to come out, inhale first, and then release the arm, and head comes back to center. Excellent. All right, let's do these shoulders. Oh, no, wait, sorry, one more neck. So inhale, looking straight ahead, exhale, turning and looking towards that first side. Inhale, center, exhale, second side. Back to the first side. Inhale, center. Exhale, second side. Inhale, center. One more time, each side. Last time, last side. And then inhale back to center. All right, let's come back to the shoulders. So we're going to inhale forward and up. Exhale down and back. And this is another spot. If you're feeling a lot of tension here, go nice and slow. And let the tension go with the exhale. All right, let's go opposite direction. Inhale back and up. Exhale down and forward. Nice. All right, from here, let's go to our hands and knees, and we'll do two things and then come up. All right, so we'll start with our cat and cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. See if you can feel that spot where you switch from a forward fold to a back bend. Where in the spine that curve switches. Keeping the belly engaged so we're not dumping it into the floor. And then coming back to that neutral spine. Let's go ahead and do a round of spinal balance. All right, so we're going to extend one foot back. You can start with that toes on the floor and extend the opposite arm. Or if you have your balance here, you can extend that leg to horizontal. Take a couple breaths here. Option to bring elbow and knee together. Excellent. And then release. Let's do the other side. Extend that foot back, toes on the floor. Opposite arm up. If you have your balance and you want, you can bring that leg up off the floor. Option to bring elbow and knee together or keep it stationary. Excellent. And then release. Nice. So from here, we're going to come up to downward facing dog. If that's not part of your practice today, you can come up to standing. Otherwise, we're going to curl the toes. Inhale, lift the hips. I like to bring my feet a little bit wider on the mat, but do what's comfortable for you. And then I like to come up on the toes a couple of times. And then option to walk your dog. Bend one knee, extend the opposite heel to the floor. Nice. And then when you're ready, you can straighten the legs. And then look up at the hands and walk the feet forward. Or look back at the feet and walk the hands back. Coming into our forward fold. If you want, you can shake your head, yes and no. And then we're going to bend the knees nice and deep. Inhale, coming up. You can bring the arms all the way up, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. Awesome. All right, we made it. So now you got to bend down and pick up your pole. Sorry. All right, I'm just going to move this back just a little bit. All right, that's better. All right, so the first thing I want to do is a little cat and cow here. So obviously you can do anything that we're going to be doing without a pole, but we have them, so we're going to use them. All right, so the first one, cat and cow. The pole's in the center of the mat, straight in front. Arms are below the shoulders. Feet are comfortably wide. We're going to bend the knees a little bit, drop the chin, and tuck the tailbone. This is our cat position. This is an exhale. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale, looking up, and straighten the legs, and do a little bit of a back bend. And then exhale, bend the knees, dip the head and the tailbone. This is our cat. So we're just going to go back and forth between the two. This is a nice counterpose to any twists or laterals that we're doing. Excellent. All right, and then coming back to neutral. So before we do our next one, which will be our laterals, let's look at those four corners of the feet. So you can do 1 foot at a time. Since we have the pole, that'll be even easier. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna lift a foot off the floor and then set the inside of the heel on the floor. So you may have other parts of the foot touching, but we're going to try and do this since we have the pole, it's not as wobbly. And then we're going to go across the foot to the base of the pinky toe side. So the back of the heel, the whole thing may be on the floor, but we've got those two in our brain that we're working on. And then we're going to set the big toe side down. So it's 3 points in our mind, but it might be the whole foot. And then we're going to put pressure on that outside of the heel. Let's try that again. We'll do it both feet 2 times. So inside of the heel, base of the pinky toe, base of the big toe, outside heel. So what we're doing is, usually what I do is the inside arch and the outside arch. So we're crossing the foot from the inside to the outside, from the outside to the inside. All right, let's try the other side. So we're gonna lift the foot up off the ground and then set the inside of the heel on the floor. and then the outside of pinky toe side, inside big toe side, and then last, the outside of the heel. All right, let's try that again. Lift the foot up off the floor, inside of the heel, base of the pinky toe, base of the big toe, outside of the heel. So just stand with both feet, see if you can feel all 8 of those points. So starting with the bottom of the feet, we're building up structurally up the whole body. All right, let's do our laterals next. So we're gonna bring the pole in one hand. We're gonna do 10 on each side. So I'm gonna let you count for yourself. And then we'll switch to the other side. So it doesn't matter which arm you have out this first time, because we're gonna do both sides. All right, so feet are maybe a little bit wider than they just were, because we're gonna be shifting our center of gravity. So you can bring this arm up, use the inhale breath if you want, and maybe you touch the pole, maybe you just come over, and then exhale, bring it back. Two more for me. Hopefully you're keeping track for you. Excellent. All right, and then we'll switch to the other side. So if you did more than 10, try and do the same amount on this side. All right, same idea. Hand is a little bit lower than the shoulder. The inhale, bring this arm up and over. Just as far as is comfortable. One side might be easier than the other. And two more. And last one. Excellent. All right, release that. And I don't know if the feet, the four corners, if that kept your attention, if you noticed when you moved your arm, the center of gravity in the feet changed. May not have noticed, but maybe on something else you will. All right, let's do our twist. And let's see. So a couple of different options. Obviously, if you don't like the pole for this one, you can set it aside. So you can do it with the hands just out here. You can do it up a little bit higher, or you could go all the way up like that, depending on how that feels in your spine. This is going to be more of a challenge. If you have any back issues, I don't recommend that because you're changing the weight where it's hitting in the vertebrae. Okay, so I'm just gonna go here. We're in there. All right. So on the inhale, lift up out of the spine. Exhale, turn to one side. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side. So you can just go back and forth if you like, or keep it controlled and use the breath. Maybe if it's not one too many balls to juggle, checking in with the feet. As you turn, are the points where you're connecting to the floor changing? Excellent. All right, let's do one more time each side. And then meet back in the center. All right, so we just did a twist and a lateral, so let's come back to a symmetrical spine. And let's do, we're gonna do half sun salutation, and let's do 2 rounds. The first round, I'm gonna do, actually, I'm gonna do them both the same way. If you don't want to use the pole for this, if, again, if there's back issues and the pole is too much, do the out to the sides. Okay? All right, otherwise I'm gonna do the arms straight. So here we go. You're gonna inhale the arms up. Exhale, hinge at the hip joints, fold forward. Bring the hands to the front of the legs, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees, inhale, arms coming up. And then exhale, arms to the heart or down. Excellent. And again, inhale. And exhale, you can leave a little softness in the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees, inhale, arms coming up. And exhale, back down. All right, again, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees, inhale, arms coming up. And exhale down. Nice, let's do one more round. Inhale. And exhale, hinging at that hip joint. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees, inhale, coming all the way up. And exhale down. Again, inhale. And exhale. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees, inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale down. Excellent, one last time, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees, inhale all the way up. And exhale, back down. Nice. All right, so what is next here? Let's do some balance. So let's start with palm tree pose. Plenty of options here. So option A is just coming up on the toes. So you can hold on to the pole, just come up on the toes. Option Z would be no pole. All right, that's an option. And then another option would be coming up on the toes, lifting one arm. If you want to hold on to the pole. Option, I don't know what letter up to, C. Coming up with the arms up on the toes, that's an option. And anything else will be option D. So go ahead, I'm going to do option C. And here we go. Coming up. And down. And then option E, F, G. You can come up and stay up for a couple breaths. Let's see. And then come back down. So any of those options, if you're feeling a little wobbly, you can bring the legs closer together or further apart. Sometimes I'm surprised which way it is. Excellent. All right. And one last time. Nice. All right, check it out if you want. And then let's do our flying crane Karate Kid. Again, this one has all the options. I'm just going to do this one. Let's see. So this is an option to switch hands. It might be a little annoying. You can hold the pole up like this, or if you want to go a little bit higher, any of those options without the pole and any of the other ways that we do it. All right, I'm going to do the big one. Okay, so here we go. So you can keep the pole up or bring it down when the foot comes down. And then option EFG is holding for a couple of breaths. Excellent. All right, so one more time each side, or finish off evenly. Nice. So after that one, let's do some hip rotations. So we'll start with the pole in one hand, and we can just do this all together. So we're going to lift one knee up, go out and around, and back and forth. So if you want to, you can bring your foot down to the floor or keep it up and just make your circles. We'll do two more. And last one. Nice. All right, switch sides. Bring it up, back, out, and around. Two more. And last one. Nice. Let's go back to the first side and do it backwards. So I'll bring it back, out, and forward. And last one. Nice. Okay, let's do the other side. We're going to go back, out, and in the front. And last one. Nice. All righty. Okay, let's do the big arm ones. So we'll start with the small arm one. So we're going to bring the pole, on the back of the neck. If you have a cushy one, you can roll it up and down the cervical spine, that neck. If you don't have a cushy one, it might not feel great. All right, and then we're going to rest it on that little shelf there. You can bring the hands over, resting with the wrists there. And we're going to start with our little circles. So feet can be nice and wide, or comfortably wide. And we're just going to start in one direction and make small little circles. Nice. And then we're going to reverse that direction. Excellent. All right. Then we're going to grab the pole and bring it behind the back, right on that little sacrum ledge right there. And then the hands can be out wide or they can be in a little bit closer. If they're in closer, we're kind of opening up the chest a little bit more versus if they're further out. So find what works for you. And then we're going to make circles here. Excellent. And then when you're ready, we're going to reverse direction. So the first side you pick is usually the easier one. Or maybe that's just me. Excellent. Okay, release that. And then let's go big circles with the shoulders. So bring the pole back in front. And you don't have to go over your head, especially if you have some shoulder issues. So we can start out just in front, or if you want, you can bring it up over the head. Awesome. All right, let's reverse direction. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Very nice. All right, I'm going to release that one. And then let's come into our warrior one. We'll do that one first. Okay. I always forget. All right. So I think this is right. Let me try one first. Okay, yes, this works. All right. So front leg, opposite hand with the pole. All right, but let's start with the knee first. So we're going to inhale straight leg, exhale bend. Awesome sauce. All right, push off, step back, switch sides. Inhale, straight leg, exhale to bend. Excellent. All right, push off, step back, or step the feet forward together. And then let's add the arm. So I'm going to do the big sweep with the arm because we have the pole and it's fun. So if you don't want to use the pole, you can bring that opposite hand behind the spine to do that. Otherwise, if you have the pole in front. There we go. So we're going to inhale, bend that front knee. So the same arm, same leg. Exhale, fold forward. So the belly's going to come on that thigh. Inhale, bring that arm back up. And then exhale down, straighten the leg. Excellent. Again, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, bring it back up. And exhale down. Again, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, down. Let's do another round because I love these. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale. Again, inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And down. And on this last one, see if you can find those four corners of one of your feet. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And nice. Step the feet back together. And let's do the other side. All right, ready? Here we go. Inhale. And exhale, fold forward. Arm sweeps down. Inhale, bring the arm back up. Exhale, down by your side, straighten the leg. Excellent. Again, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, down. Next, one more round. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And again, inhale. Exhale. Bring it back up. Arm down, straight leg. One last time. Check in with that four corners of one of the feet. And done. Nice. All right, bring the feet together. You can shake out the legs, shake out the arms. And let's do a fabulous tree pose. Always, if you don't want to use the pole, you're fine to do it without. That's awesome. You can use a chair if you prefer that. Otherwise, let's get started. So this one, we are going to pay attention to those four corners of the feet. If you want to start with lifting the foot off to do it, or if you think you've got it, that's totally fine. So that foot, those four corners, and then heel above the ankle on the other side. Since you have the pole, if you want, bring the foot up higher. And then this other arm, you can bring it up and keep it down on the hip, wherever you like. You can move it. So we want to strengthen that hip on that straight leg, the leg that's bent, nice and open in that hip joint. So we're breathing, first of all, doesn't matter what the position is as much. In and out through the nose, if possible. We're going to work on that if you don't do that already. If you need to come out at any time, you're welcome to do it. Otherwise, take 2 more breaths here. And then coming up nice and gracefully. Shake out that straight leg if you like, and shake out the other one as well. And then let's do the other side. So, being the asymmetrical beings that we have habits, one side might be easier than the other. So just keep that in mind. We're going to start with that heel above the ankle. And then if you want to bring that foot up higher, you can do that. Your arm can be wherever you like. Go straight out, straight up, move it, whatever you like. Breathing. Nice strong hip on that straight leg. Relaxed hip with the bent knee. And always, most important, nice, soft, smooth breath, possibly in and out through the nose. Oh, we forgot to check those 4 corners. You can throw that extra ball in the air, check those 4 corners. And then when you're ready, coming out nice and gracefully, shake out the legs, shake out the arms. Let's see. Let's do pyramid pose. And then we'll do something else after that. All right, so for pyramid pose, and this one we're gonna check in on the feet again. The idea is that both feet are pointing, the toes are pointing towards the short end of the mat. If that's unstable, you can turn them out, move them further away, change your stance however you need to. So what it looks like is a line, the feet are on either side of a skinny line in the middle of your mat. If that's not comfortable, you can move the feet out wide. You can move the feet out away from each other, whatever you need to do, or maybe closer. So find your stance. You can start with the pole in the opposite hand as the foot in front, or if you want to put the pole aside, that's fine too. So pyramid pose, we're looking at the side view is the pyramid, the front knee stays straight-ish. And then we're going to do a mild forward fold. So we're hinging at that hip joint. Inhale, lift the spine, exhale, fold forward. So going just as far as is comfortable, you can have the hand come down the shin, but we want to keep the spine long. So we're not rounding down, we want to keep it long coming down. You may not get very far, and that's okay. This is a little bit of an awkward pose for some people. And maybe you're reaching the floor, that's fine. If not, don't worry about it. Keeping that front knee, maybe a micro bend, and not hyperextending it. So to come back up, we're going to push the feet away from each other. Inhale and lift. Excellent. All right, bend that front knee. Shake it out. And then let's try the other side. So we're going to switch hands, switch feet. And again, one side might be easier than the other if we have habits. All right. We didn't check in with the feet, but that's all right. Just worry about your stance here and then that fold. So we're going to hinge at that hip joint. Inhale. And then exhale, come on down, just as far as is comfortable. So maybe your hand is on the shin, soften the knee. Maybe you can reach the floor. If not, that's okay. Nice long spine. When you're ready to come up, we're going to inhale and push the feet away from each other. You can use the pole. And then bend that front knee and step the feet back together. Shake it out. All right, so my favorite thing to do with the poles is the hard balances, the more advanced ones. So we're going to do a couple of those and then see what we get to after that. All right, so we did tree. Let's do our pigeon pose. So we have the pole in one hand. We're going to bend one knee, and the pole can be in the same or in the opposite. Doesn't matter. Bring that other hand on the hip. So we're making a bend in that one knee to make a little shelf, and we're going to bring that foot or ankle of the other leg on that little shelf. So this is our basic pose for this. We do this on our back. We can do it seated for like actual pigeon pose. But I like this one. All right, so take another couple breaths or so. If you want to make this more of a challenge, we can do sleeping pigeon. We're going to hinge at that hip, forward fold, drop the arm or both arms. If it's not too much, maybe find those four corners of that foot that's on the floor. And then when you're ready to come out, we're going to inhale, push the foot into the floor, Use your pull to come back up. And then we're gonna shake those legs. Oof. All right, you guys ready for the other side? You can switch hands with the pull, or you can keep it on the same side. Either way. So we're gonna bend the other knee. Make that little shelf, bring that foot or ankle on your little shelf there. Holding on to the pole, or if you don't need it, that's fine too. Take a couple breaths here. Find those four corners of the feet. Breathe. What else you got to do? Stay standing up. It's a lot of stuff to take care of. All right, if you want to make this more of a challenge, hinging at that hip joint, exhale and fold. Drop that arm down. When you're ready to come out, we're going to inhale, push that foot into the earth. You can use the pull coming up and shake it out. All right, we got one more challenge pose. Let's do our dancer pose. You guys up for that? All right, if you can't reach your foot, that's okay. If you have a chair. If you don't have a chair and you can't reach your foot, that might be a problem. So you can bring your shin up on the cushion of the seat, and that could be your pose there. Otherwise, let's give it a shot. So we're going to bring the pole in the opposite hand of the leg you're going to lift. So we're going to grab that foot or ankle. First position, knee points down towards the floor. If your leg's out here, you're not getting that quad stretch. All right, so take a breath or so here. This is your pose. If you want more of a challenge, we're gonna send that back knee, or send the knee towards that back wall. And then coming out, we're gonna point that knee back towards the floor, and then release that foot and leg, shake that out. And then the other side. And again, you might have one side that's easier than the other. If you need that chair, you can do that. If you've had any kind of injuries, surgeries, whatever, sometimes that is not equal side to side. All right, so we're gonna start with pointing the knee towards the floor. Finding that nice tall posture. This is your pose. There's a lot going on here, just like this. And then, if you want to make more of a challenge, point that knee towards that back wall. And then when you're ready to come out, we're going to point that knee back towards the floor and then release the ankle and the foot, shake them out. Awesome sauce. All right. Got time for one more. You didn't do warrior two, but let's do triangle. We'll make sure we do warrior two next one. Okay, so for triangle pose, we're gonna bring that front leg, same arm as the front foot. I've got left and left, you can do whatever. That back foot's at 90 degrees-ish. We're gonna bring this back hand up and over, or bring it around. So then we're going to turn and look under that upper armpit. So you can look towards the horizon, you can keep your eyes on the floor, or you can look up towards the ceiling. So I kind of feel like this triangle is harder than a regular triangle. So we can have any kind of bend you want in that front knee. Excellent. We're going to bend the knee to come out and then step the feet back together. All right, going to the other side. We're gonna bring this back hand up and over if you can, and then walk that front hand down. We're looking under that upper elbow or armpit. Take a couple breaths here. Excellent. And then to come out, walk it back up, bend that front knee, and step the feet back together. Awesome. All right, so let's come. We need a cat and cow. So let's actually do it seated. So we're going to come down to the floor, have a seat. An option, if you don't want to do the cat and cow, you can do some forward folds with the legs out straight. Either which one you like. So cat and cow, exhale back and forth, or forward fold. Or you could go back and forth between the two. Do the forward fold and then do the cat and cow. We just want to we did a lot of asymmetrical poses with twists and laterals, so we want to keep that spine. Excellent. All right. After that feels like you got that back to regular, I'm going to turn my mat sideways here, and we're going to just come down onto the spine. Bring your feet up to the top of the mat, hands on the knees, and then rolling down gently onto the spine. You can bring the feet down to the mat. And then if you want to do a couple of pelvic tilts, tilting the tailbone up and down. Or second option, a couple of Appanasanas, nice wide knees. Excellent. And then feet are going to come down to the mat. You can keep the knees bent, feet on the floor, and then we're going to do palm tree pose arms. So inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, arms down by your sides. Excellent. And finish the one you're on. Do one more. And then option to bend the knees, feet in the floor for our relaxation pose, or you can extend the legs all the way straight out. So getting any last little wiggles out, getting ready for our relaxation pose. Letting the body relax. We're not activating any muscles. We'll start at the bottom with the feet and work our way up to the top. To relax the toes. Relax the tops of the feet, the soles of the feet, and the heels. Release the ankles. Relax the calves and shins. Release the knees. Relax the tops of the thighs and the backs of the thighs. Let the pelvis be heavy and sink into the earth. Relax the abdomen. Release the rib cage and let go of breath. Let the shoulders be heavy and sink into the earth. Relax the upper arm, elbows, and lower arms. Release the wrists. Relax the hands, fingers, and palms. Relax the throat and the back of the neck. Release the jaw. Smooth the forehead and face. Let any last thoughts seep out the top of the crown of the head. Let the earth's gravity hold you. Let the air around you breathe you. Take the next few moments and just be. Gently coming back into awareness. Wiggle your toes. Wiggle your fingers. If you'd like, you can roll your head side to side. When you're ready, and with an inhale, rolling over onto your right or left side. Use that lower arm as a little headrest. We're going to take one full breath, soft and subtle. Inhale and exhale. And then when you're ready, and again with the inhale, pushing up to a comfortable seated position. And to bring breath back into the body and find us safely on our way. Let's finish with, we're going to have some weather, so let's finish with a sun breath, because we'll see the sun again, maybe in April. Okay, let's do sun breath number 2. So arms are out in front. We're going to inhale open, and exhale closed. And again, inhale open, exhale closed. And one more glorious time, inhale open, exhale closed. Palms together, back apart, and namaste.
Namaste.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Kate.
All right, we'll see you next week.